Welcome to Inner Power Training. I'm Rebecca, and today let's talk about reinventing ourselves. I'm at that age where a lot of people are retired. I'm 79, born in 1946, and a lot of people retire. I retired from my career as a crew member, a flight attendant, when I was 56, but I'd flown for 35 years, and I felt like it was time. So I did. And I never regretted it because I've been doing other things ever since. Like I started giving workshops all over the country called the Silver Ultramind. I traveled from the East Coast to the West Coast and everywhere in between to teach people how to get down to that alpha theta level of consciousness. And guess what? Most of the people that came to my workshops wanted to reinvent themselves or find their purpose. Everyone has this longing to figure out, why are we here? I find that's a very common theme. And we're here for many reasons. But if you really find a purpose like mine is to study and teach metaphysics, things align. Things come into your life and they're aligned with what your purpose is. And if they're not, you just dismiss them. You don't worry about it. Along the way, I wrote a book, The Secrets of the Metaphysical Flight Attendant. It's a page turner. People that read it really like it. It's got 5-star reviews on Amazon. And I wrote it because I wanted to help other people who are on the journey compare notes and share and see what happened to me, because I really did have this big aha moment that freed me from anxiety and stress. Later on, I wrote these books, The Secret of Manifesting, a Practical Guide, and then came out The Secrets of Manifesting Mastery, which also has a 30-day journal in the back that you can use, because it's really important to spend some time every single day working on yourself. Gratitude journals, very, very valuable, because if you're not grateful for what you get, you're never going to be accepting of what's to come. And if you really want to be a good manifester, you need to give in order to receive and be grateful for what you do have. That's one of the secrets to manifesting. Now, getting back to reinventing yourself. People get brainwashed into believing they're supposed to quit their jobs, retire, and play golf or, maybe travel, which is a good thing to do, or whatever it is that floats your boat. But many times they find it's not enough. They feel bored or they can get depressed because there's just not enough happening. Well, I guarantee you, if you have a strong purpose, desire, passion, mission feeling that you really have something you came here to do, you don't get bored. You're constantly finding ways to align with that purpose. Like I just had this revelation. I'm a retired flight attendant. I used to travel all the time. Things really slowed down the past few years, starting in 2020, if you know what I mean. I didn't really want to go out there so much, and it was more difficult. But now I'm ready to go out again, and I plan to do some traveling and telling you about places that I'm heading for, what's happening in those destinations. Just bought myself a new selfie stick and I'm ready to go. So there's always something. I didn't really have an appetite for travel until it hit me just a few days ago. I miss traveling, so I've got some trips planned, and I'll be telling you about them on my YouTube channel. There's always something, and you just need to figure out what that something is. If you check out my course too, the Mega Manifestation Method, I cover all areas of life like health, wealth, and happiness. And I give you tips on how to figure out how to bring more of the good stuff into your life. It also includes the long relax from the Silva Ultramind training. And if you use that on a regular basis and you go within and you contemplate your life and you really meditate on what it is that you're looking for, it will pop into your consciousness. many times I would do this before I go to sleep at night, and I still do it. I go within, I relax. I know that I have a higher self that knows everything about my future, my past, my present. It knows everything. It's eternal. It lives in a higher dimension where there is no time or space. So I can connect with that higher self. And when I do, I can ask it questions like, what should I be doing next? Can you give me some insights into um, my journey? Sometimes I've heard a voice outside of my body that has actually told me what to do. It's a male voice. It could be a spirit guide. It could be my higher self. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a good voice. It's not a bad voice. You know, if you want to protect yourself from bad voices, go to that Christ consciousness, study the teachings of Jesus, and you will neutralize negative forces, negative entities. There's an awful lot of talk right now about people that worship Satan. Napoleon Hill wrote that book, Outwitting the Devil, and it covers so many aspects of how this really negative voice can creep in upon us and try to manipulate us in all of the systems that we have in place in the 3D world, like the churches, the schools, the workplace, relationships with other people. That negative voice wants to creep in many times and throw us off base. But if you learn how to go within and just listen to your higher self and that level of consciousness that's operating in the higher realms, away from jealousy, anxiety, stress, guilt, fear, hatred, all those negative emotions. If you let them all go and you learn how to neutralize those negative emotions and transform them into positive emotions, if you're really disliking someone, turn it around and say, I really like that person. There are some good aspects to that person, and we get along when we have to be together, and it's a good thing. And guess what? You can actually make an impact on other people. If you're working with them or living around them or dealing with them, you don't have to be a victim. You don't have to be always fending off negative things. You can transform them when you're a metaphysical master. You use mental alchemy to transmute those negative emotions into positive emotions. And you become a force, a positive force. You go places, you walk into rooms, you travel, and doors open. People are responsive and receptive in a positive way. Good things start to happen. It's all in where you put your intention. So where your attention flows, your energy goes. And it's very important to focus on what you do want and turn your thought away from what you don't want.